EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Now Rodgers. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block, it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That's caught. It's John Hightower. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. This one out quickly to Westbrook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards on the play, 1st down. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Leonard Fournette. And This will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Fournette. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I know he ain't got it. Switch it, switch it, switch it. Come on, switch it. Kill, kill, kill. Check 13. Check 13. Alert flag. Go,
This is Fournette. And he stopped immediately there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that first down gain of 8.
4th down.
So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you...
And nothing but daylight ahead. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
A big play there. 93 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. So their backs were against the wall, deep back in their own territory, and they run it all the way down into the end zone.
That takes a lot of coordination for an offensive team, doesn't it? Because, let's face it, it's really not a surprise that they're going to run the ball in that situation. Backed up that close to their own end zone, you usually do call running plays, trying to be safe. Instead, it turns into an electrical run, a boost for your team, and off he goes to the races.
25-yard line.
Herbert off of play action. Wide open receiver complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
At the 48-yard line. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Packers 7, Steelers nothing.
On first down, Justin Herbert looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone. It's a pick six and a Packer touchdown.
For the point after.
Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah. Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop.
Hey, check, Mike 21. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Samson Ebukam. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Bradley Pena now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. Well, they're inching closer and closer here to the wrong goal line.
When you're backed up like that, all you're trying to do is make sure you don't give up a big play, right? You don't miss an assignment that really gets you into more trouble.
Here's Bradley Pena now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's able to get it out of there. That's a 43-yard punt, aided as well by a loss on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And it's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. That's caught inside the 20. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0.
Makes the score Packers 21, Steelers nothing. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. Check pass, 19 tight, 19 tight. Check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21.
Herbert on first down now. That's complete to Mooney. Herbert, a gain of 6 there on first.
Darnell Mooney. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 38.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's going to launch this thing way down. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
You know, we always talk about getting into the zone and all.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Check, check. Somebody lying. Mike 51, Mike 51. Hey, let's get some.
After the turnover, here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure right. And his pass incomplete. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Back to the air. Herbert on second down. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Check this.
On third down, here's Coleman. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
2 yards.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's going to loft one. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Packers. John Hightower, his second touchdown on the season. And the Packers add on to their lead. And he'll bang that one through.
Makes the score Packers 28, Steelers 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you know, you've put something out there. You've given yourself a chance. You're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 20. 18 ready, 18 ready. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I'm going to come back to you.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. Looking deep for his tight end, Ertz. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Let's get that ball. Hey, check Mike 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. 3 buds, 3 buds. Cut 19, cut 19. 21, Mike 21, check Mike 21. I got it.
To throw again, Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training.
This is caught inside the 15. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. That's complete right around the 8. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Touchdown.
Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. It's up and good, and they're in control now, 35-7.
35. Steelers 7.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the 2nd half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this 1st half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
29 is a Mike. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Guys, pick it up. 29 is a Mike. Mike 29. Watch the run.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 48. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half.
By the Packers. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 20 and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, If you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
But the passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Ed Oliver in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 44, Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 23 yards the pickup there.
First down.
So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Here's Rodgers. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
319, 630, 50. Check. Here we go. Foco's the mic. Mike's Foco. Danny.
Now it's Rodgers. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down.
Under 26. 10. Check nickel.
Rodgers now to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Packers 49. Steelers.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He was defended by
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
That's what I do. Hey, check Mike 79 Bronco. 21. Let's go one more. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
From the gun, Herbert. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check. Crunch.
From the gun, it's a handoff to Coleman. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Here we go. 70 Lion. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mustang 19. Hey, check Mike 21. Mike 21. Check Mike 21. I got it. Hey, check Mike 21.
Herbert on 3rd down now. He finds Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
That's good.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long. But a nice throw there for a good gain and a 1st down.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Darnell Mooney, the target there. But it'll be 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Shit. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger. Warrior 70.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 12-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
65. Check. Lucky. 60 Eagle. Watch twist. 19 tight.
To the air again, Herbert. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there.
The 22-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
All day, dog. Deuce. Check.
Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
29 is Mike 29. 60 Bobcat.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And this will be caught by Mooney. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
3rd down.
From the gun, Herbert. Flush, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Samson Abukum in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
It's 4th.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be, let's see, 38 yards out. Boswell's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. On the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Fielded near the back of the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. From midfield, here's Rodgers. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
Rodgers pass.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 22-yard line.
And a Packer 1st down.
Hey, watch the slant. Check 37. Check 37. 55's my guy.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Complete.
It's a 1st down, and he's also over 190 receiving yards now. What a game. Rodgers again now. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Number 87.
Aaron Rodgers on fire, his 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Packers are pouring it on.
The extra point.
And he knocks it through.
Makes the score Packers 56. Steelers.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Darnell Mooney, the target there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. 18 run. 18 run. 53. Watch QB drop. Watch QB.
Throwing again. Herbert. He's going to go for a big play downfield. It's caught inside the 25. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a 1st down. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the 1st quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
The running back Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Now Fournette. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon.
I'm fully built for this life. I think I earned all my stripes. I don't believe all the hype. Get back on my feet and get right. Watch him work, watch him hate, watch him learn.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak. Rodgers throwing here. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Go, go, go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Setting up to throw on first down. Steps away to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 16-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So for the Packers, the win will be number 11 for them on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Thank you.